Have you ever caught yourself assuming you're in a relationship without actually being asked? You're not alone. In today's episode, we're diving into why assumptions can leave you confused and disappointed, and why the ask, quote unquote, matters more than you think. If you ever wondered why clarity is so important in love and in life, this conversation is for you. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. It's your girl, Shelly Nicole, with the Remedy Podcast. How is everybody doing? We are here, quarter four. 'Tis the season to stack. It is Stack-tember, Stacktober. We are here, new vibes. Summertime is not officially over, but it is unofficially over. Labor Day weekend was last weekend, so I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Hope you guys had a great time. I chilled. I really didn't do much. I did say I didn't really want to go out for Labor Day weekend, but I just chilled. I stayed away from Brooklyn, of course, because that's where the parade was, so I didn't even go over there. I can't even remember what I did. I think I just got some food or something like that and did something regular. I didn't do anything crazy. Yeah, I just drew a blank. Sorry. It wasn't your phone or anything. But okay, so today's episode is about assuming is not a commitment. Understanding the importance of the act. So why I decided to do this episode, I was on Instagram and I saw, who was it? Cam Newton. And he was on his podcast on YouTube. And I watch it here and there. I watch some episodes. And I saw a clip where he was telling his guest, I don't remember who it was, but he basically said that his girlfriend or baby mother, I don't know who that is to him at this point. I don't know. I think it's his girlfriend. Basically moved in to the house with him. And that, I guess, was his clarification, and I guess hers as well, or she made it her clarification that they were together. There was no asking, can you, or will you be my girlfriend? There was no, hey, what do you think about us moving in together? There was none of that. It was from his mouth to our ears. He said that she just moved in, and then that was that. And this led me to having this kind of discussion or talk or conversation, whatever, and really putting it out there for women who think the same way as Jazz does. And this is not to belittle you. This is not to degrade you. This is not to make you feel like you're dumb or you're stupid or you're slow or anything like that. No, we're not doing all of that. This is just to inform you from one person, from a woman who dealt with assuming and saw the importance once my boyfriend asked me to be his girlfriend, how it made me feel internally, how it made me feel of importance, how it made me feel when someone asks you to take another step. Because, right, we always want to be asked, so that the whole thought of being asked to be someone's wife is always our first thought process, but we never think about being asked to be the girlfriend. A lot of the times, I remember even in my teenage years, in my 20s, I just assumed that I've had 5 boyfriends. I assumed out of the 3 boyfriends that I've had that we were together. Out of the 5, that we were just together. He didn't ask me, or they didn't ask me. Well, I guess I could say 4. I'll say 4, because no one ever really asked me. It was just a thing of, we're always hanging out, we're always together, we're always doing things together, and you never really put it together. Like, you never put the pieces in line with each other to say, okay, wait, yes, we're doing all these things, but are you going to ask me to be your girlfriend? we automatically jump to, so where are we taking this? Are we going to be exclusive? Like it's too many fucking words. How about that? To make it so much more easier. It's just too many words. When all that has to be asked is, will you be my girlfriend? So let's dive into this real quick, real fast. Here we go. So as usual, here are some of the things that I want you guys to remember. And I'm speaking to the girls who, no matter what your age is, I don't care how old you are, if this is something that you constantly see yourself doing and probably have asked yourself, why hasn't it ever worked out with my past relationships or the current situationship that you're in, whatever it is, seriously ask yourself this, because again, this is from one girl who has done it to another girl. And gentlemen, as you're listening to this, please be advised. Please be advised. We all like to be asked. I don't care who you're talking to. I don't care how down to earth, how nonchalant, how unmaterialistic she is. I don't give a damn what the girl is. If she is a female, she wants to be asked. She can sit here and tell you straight to your face, oh, I don't care. I just go off a vibe. She's just saying that to make you feel like what you're doing is okay. And then going home, crying and talking to her homegirls and telling her homegirls that, no, I don't like it. And I just don't know where we're going. And why hasn't he asked me to be his girlfriend? I'm just being honest with you. So here are some of the reasons why being asked is so important and what it actually can prevent. So the first thing is, you're not left with the unknown. So not asking her to be your girlfriend will leave her confused and not sure where you guys stand. This can cause a crash out, and this can cause unwanted attitude, according to you, the gentleman, that is technically warranted when someone is left in limbo and not knowing what's going on and what's the next step. It's funny when I hear guys say, oh, she's crazy. Why would she act like that? Why is she getting all in her feelings? Why are you being so mean? Or you're doing too much. How am I doing too much if you're not doing enough by asking me the simple question as, will you be my girlfriend? If we're doing everything that a boyfriend and girlfriend does, why haven't you asked me? Now, in return, ladies, when you see this happening, it is time for you to step back. You're possibly doing too much, as far as not in his viewpoint of saying you're doing too much, as in like asking him or begging him or mentioning to him, I would say, why haven't you asked me to be your girlfriend? But you're doing too much in a role that you're not in yet officially. You're not even his girlfriend. You're just a woman who he's talking to, who he is dating, and has no rush to commit to you. Or at least it seems like that, because if he was not in a rush, but if he really wanted to take it to the next step, he would have asked you. And if you're left in this space of, I don't know, and what's going on, and I'm not sure, and he's giving me mixed signals, and I'm not, we do all these things, but why hasn't he asked me? I need you to back up for yourself. I need you to reevaluate everything that you are doing, the time, the money, the amount of times y'all having sex, your body, the whole thing. I need you to take that into account and pull back and see what happens. See how he starts to feel. Oh, why don't you do this no more? Why aren't we doing that? Why haven't you asked me to be your girlfriend yet? And see what he says. Now, if he ends up on the defense saying, oh my God, you're doing too much. Oh, here we go with this shit. Oh, that's your answer. He doesn't want to be your girlfriend. He doesn't want you to be his girlfriend. Sorry. He doesn't want it to go to the next step. He doesn't have the guts, or he doesn't give a damn, to ask you to be his girlfriend, because he likes everything that he's getting from you. The saying goes, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? Yeah, it pertains to this too. Number 2, gentlemen, this is for you. It shows how serious you are about her. Just as a man asks his girlfriend to be his wife, like I said earlier, because he is committing to her for the rest of his life, so should you ask this woman to be your girlfriend when you have every intention on being with her and potentially marrying her one day. If you're not serious about her, then tell her that. A lot of people like to sit here and say, oh, but that's harsh. Oh, well, no, I wouldn't say that. Oh, well, no. Why are we beating around the fucking bush? If all you're here for is a good time, say that to her. I was actually having this conversation with my boyfriend, and he said this too, that he realized back then when he was being a little player from the Himalayas, that he got more out of women, or more, not more out of women, but he got exactly what he wanted without the headache, or without the fighting, without the miscommunication, when he was just honest about where he was at this point in his life and he wasn't ready to settle down. Just like us as women. I know at one point, I think like in my early 20s, I want to say my early 20s, I want to say, where I wasn't really looking for nothing too serious. Like, and I say too serious because I'm a lover girl, and I don't really care to sit here and just have casual flirting and dating, and I don't really care for that. But eventually I did put myself in that situation because I felt like that's the only way that I'm going to know exactly what it is I wanted. And this is after me being in a 5-year relationship on and off. And it was a very toxic 5-year relationship on and off. But when I decided to give myself that time to see what it is that I wanted, to see what I cared about versus what I didn't care about, how I wanted a man to treat me, what I was okay with versus what I wasn't okay with, I was very clear with the guys that I was dating. Like, yeah, just know that you're like number 1 of like 4. I'm not just dating you, I'm dating other guys as well. If you're not serious about the person who you're talking to, and you just want to be outside and you want to do your thing, say that. But if you are very serious about who you want to be with, and you're very serious about this woman, lock it down. Ask her to be your girlfriend. Ask her to, listen, hey, can we, I've been thinking about us lately, and I've been thinking about, what you said and all the things that you want out of life, and I want to be a part of it. Boom. Ask her to be your girlfriend. Gentlemen, another one for you. She doesn't feel wanted. When a woman is not asked, she feels like she is replaceable. While everyone is replaceable to some extent, she doesn't feel secure in the relationship or the situationship that is in her face at the present moment. She doesn't feel wanted by you or feeling like she's one of many. And again, this goes back to what I was saying, that if she is one of many, if you are out here dipping and dabbling and trying to figure out, or just want to live a bachelor life, say that. Say that, be honest, be true to what it is you're looking for. I can't sit here and put a certain age on it. I do feel like as you get older, you should want to settle down. I feel like going back and forth between woman to woman to woman, having this whole bachelor thing at 35, 40, 45 years old, it's like, okay, be for real. What are we doing? But again, depending on the situation, depending on the circumstances, because you do have men who get married at an early age and then they so happen to get a divorce. You do have men, ladies who probably had to be a responsible grown teenager for their entire life, and now they have a little bit of freedom. Now they can do what they want to do. You do have men, regardless of if they want to admit it or not, who are still traumatized by that one girlfriend who did them extremely wrong, and now that has no trust in no woman whatsoever, because he will not go and get the healing that he needs, or go speak to a therapist that he needs to speak to in order for himself to heal. But we're not talking about anybody specifically. We're just saying that you do have those men who are out there. And gentlemen, if that is you, then yeah, I'm talking to you then. I am simply saying that if you don't ask her to be your girlfriend, if you're not sure about her, she's going to have all of these feelings percolating within her head. She's going to have all of these thoughts and the what ifs and why not, and where is this coming from, and why can't he, and am I good enough? All of this is going to be circulating throughout her head, and then eventually going to come out into her attitude. And then the question then becomes, oh, well, why are you having an attitude? Like, what's good with you? You was just fine, this and that. Take a minute to understand why she feels the way that she feels. Then, possibly, then, you will know why she is acting the way that she's acting. Okay, but wait. All right, y'all. I have to pause for just a moment to tell you about something I'm really excited about this season. You know, when the weather starts to shift and all you want is the perfect sweatsuit that feels like a hug, but also keeps you looking put together and like really cute, and you can dress it up however you need to dress it up. Well, I'm officially partnered with Comfort for their fall winter 2025 line. And let me tell you, they nailed it as usual, because I have a few of their sweatsuits already. These sweatsuits are not just soft, they're next level cozy. I like cozy. I don't know about you, but I like to feel cozy when I am in my sweats. Okay? We're talking buttery fabric that keeps you warm without feeling heavy. Right? We love that. And the best part, they've got the whole family covered. Men, women, and even the kids. And ladies, you can even wear your man sweats. Yes, it's unisex. So whether you're laughing at home, running errands, or heading to your kids' game on a chilly Saturday morning, Comfort makes sure you look good and feel even better. And listen, I know we're all watching our budget, especially during the holidays. You and me both, baby. That's why I love this line. It's affordable without sacrificing quality. Come on, be for real. You're getting that designer feel without the designer price tag, and that's a win in my book. So if you're ready to upgrade your fall and winter wardrobe with something that's stylish, warm, and built for real life, head over to my code, which will be down in the description. Sorry, I almost joked. Which is down in the description for you guys to use. You'll get 15% off. Treat yourself, treat your family, and trust me, once you slip into Comfort, you'll wonder how you even missed this, how you ever got through the seasons without it. I'm telling you. All right, so let's get back to the episode. But wait, so number 4, it shows you have commitment issues to everything. From my own experience, ladies, when a guy cannot commit to you or hits you with this, I've told you guys already, these lines of, I like the vibe we have, let's not put a little title on it, or I don't do titles, or we're taking our time, let's not rush into the boyfriend-girlfriend stage, or any of the other bullshit ass things that they like to say, he has commitment issues. He can't commit. He can't commit to you because he has either been hurt or burnt by his ex, scared to have what has happened to his friends or family that he has seen happen, or he just won't allow himself to actually feel what love is. He won't allow the thought of the possible hurt even get close to touching him. He's scared. A lot of the times men who can't commit are just scared. And they like to sit here and use that whole excuse, oh no, I like to be a bachelor and I like to have multiple women and I have different... No, you're just scared that you're going to get hurt. You don't trust anyone. And like I said earlier, if you really wanted to settle down and if you really wanted to let go of your past and of the pain, you would get yourself some help. You would go to a therapist. You would hit me up with Remedy 101 and we can have a conversation and I can be very clear and honest with you and let you know what it is. I mean, I have the tools for it. I've done it. I've helped you guys. I've helped myself. I've helped my ex get over the bullshit that he did with us. To now have him, from what I know, they're still in a relationship. I don't know. To be in a healthy relationship and a more understanding relationship. I'm telling you, book me, wink, wink, the Remedy 101, wink, wink, or just go to a therapist. Go to a therapist, speak to a very well-rounded and honest friend. Don't speak to the friend that's going to tell you what it is you want to hear. You have to talk to the friend that's going to tell you exactly what you need to hear, because those want to hear friends are only just pushing and egging on your nonsense and egging on your bullshit and telling you that you're right when they know deep down you are all the way fucked up, but there is no getting you out of this. You have to talk to the friends that are going to tell you about yourself and tell you what it is you need to hear to get you out of that. But if you have really bad commitment issues to women, you need to figure out what that is, because I guarantee you that man is not and does not have any commitment issues to his barber. He goes to that barber faithfully. If the barber's out of town, he will scruff it 9 times out of 10 before he goes to any other barber to cut or shape him up. I'm telling you, you have men who get their nails, their manicures and pedicures, and there's probably that one lady that they go to or that one salon that they go to, but that's commitment. They're committed to that. You can commit to everything else, but you can't commit to your woman. That doesn't make any sense to me. That can't make any sense to me, for anyone who wants longevity, to anyone who really wants to have that, and I won't say fairy tale relationship, but anyone who has that relationship that they've been talking to God about, that they really, been putting in the time to really want and to have. You cannot really want that if you cannot commit to this person and know that you have these issues that are causing you not to commit to this individual. Number 5, and ladies, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this, because this happened to me. If he hasn't asked you within 2 months, gentlemen, shut up. I don't want to hear anything. If he hasn't asked you within 2 months of dating to be his girlfriend, then he's never going to ask you. And this isn't just me saying this. This is me hearing this from grown men who are married, who have been married. I'm talking got years in the game. Men who are in relationships, i.e. my man, who are honest about themselves, where they're at in life, where they were in life, and if they look back at all the women that they've dated, how long it took them to commit to each and every one of them, the relationships that they were in. The ones that they chose to be in, the ones that they chose to just deal and, mess around with. All of them will tell you it only took them 2 to 3 months. For some men, it's 3 months because they feel like, I really want to see how it is after this honeymoon stage, which is okay too. I feel like because after the honeymoon stage, both men and women, we have this tendency to change. The high is kind of coming down a little bit. It shouldn't drastically drop, but it does come down a smidge. You start to see certain things about them that you're just like, this is going to irritate me, but not knowing if, it's something that you can handle or something that you can't. Nonetheless, they all have said that 2 to 3 months is as long as it takes for a man to know whether or not he wants to be with you. It does not take that long. It does not take a year. And I'm telling you that because I even did it. And I think I did it because I wasn't in a rush to get into a relationship. But nonetheless, I thought it would have happened in my subconscious. I thought it would have happened regardless. But now, looking back at it, because I said I wasn't in a rush, he's not going to be in a rush. So if I said, listen, if I pulled a him on him, if I said, oh, we're cool, we're chilling. I'm cool, we're chilling. He's not in a rush to do it. But then I found myself after a while saying, okay, so now what are we doing? I've given myself enough time. What are we doing? We're doing damn near everything that boyfriend and girlfriends do. So what's the problem? And it was always an excuse after an excuse after an excuse, which then led me to just say, you know what? I'm done. I don't want to deal with this no more. I'm good. On top of his little, disappearing acts that he was doing. But nonetheless, I still told myself, yeah, I'm good with this. Because there's just too much. It's too much Houdini shit going on. It's too much I don't know. It's too much maybe not. I wasn't in the mood for it. And I do take, again, I take responsibility in my own saying when I said, you know, I'm taking my time because it had only been a year that I broke up with my ex who I was with for almost 3 years, or no, 2 years. So I was giving myself time to like just enjoy me, give me my own space. But we just so happened to meet each other at this time, and we both liked each other's vibes, and we were dating and the whole bit. But nonetheless, I knew that what I was doing, I wasn't okay. It didn't sit right with me that he hadn't asked me, or that it wasn't even on his mental to ask me to be his girlfriend. And if he would have asked me, would I have said yes? I don't even know. I probably would have said no. If I'm being honest, I'm really thinking about it now. I probably would have said no because of where I was, the state of mind that I was in. But this is why I said you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest of where you're at currently in your love life. And do you see yourself wanting to be in a relationship, or do you see yourself just wanting to just mess around and do you? But if you are in a situation where you guys have been dating, you've been going on dates, he's been courting you, he's been doing everything on the checklist that you like. Planning dates, check. You didn't have to plan them. Picking you up or sending an Uber to come and get you, check. Boom. You don't have to pay for the date, he's paying for it, check. He's bringing you little gifts, flowers, little things that you may have mentioned that you like or that you needed, check. If he's courting you the way that you're expecting him to court you, and it's been 2 months, 3 months now, I don't think he's going to ask. And that's just my opinion. And not only my opinion, but the words of married men who have said it themselves. It does not take men that long. Number 6. He knows how he feels about you after the 4th to 6th date. So this is what I said again. Here we go back to the 2 or 3 month mark, right? After the 4th, 5th, or 6th date, he knows how he feels about you. I've asked taken men, I've asked married men, I've asked men who are fiancés, the whole bit. I've asked all of them. How long before you knew that she was the one? And all of them, I think I have asked about 6 or 7 of them. They all said after the 4th, the 5th, or the 6th date, they knew. It does not take a year. It doesn't take 6 months. It doesn't take 2 years. It doesn't. Even some guys said they knew after the 2nd date, but they were waiting. Some guys said that they knew that after the 2nd date, they knew that that was the person who they wanted to be with for the rest of their life. But they just waited to see if she was going to change, how she would act in different dates. Which I do feel like is something very crucial that people should do before they do take that step to boyfriend and girlfriend. That you see them in almost every other type of date, or every different kind of date that's out there. Like you may do a restaurant, then you may do the arcade, then you may do something creative that doesn't cost that much money. You may do something outside if the weather permits it. A different type of date, something active. How are they in all different types of dates, and how their attitude is? For you to sit here and then say, okay, yeah, she's it. And that's not to sit here and say that, oh, she has to cross the box off and everything has to be great every single date. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is to get to know them and know exactly what they like. So if you have a woman who's not an outdoor type of woman, and that's just not her thing, she doesn't do bugs, she doesn't do grass, she doesn't do mud, she don't do the hiking, biking, none of that stuff, then don't take her on a hiking, biking trip. But maybe go for a walk. Maybe do a picnic. All girls like picnics. That's like the most cutest, one of the cheapest dates that you could possibly put together is a picnic date at a park. Again, if the weather permits it. But that is it's so sweet and it's so thoughtful. But guys have said even after the 2nd date, they knew. They already knew that this was the person who they wanted to be with. So it does not take date number 10, 11, 12 for them to ask you. They already know. And last but not least, number 7, ladies, please put your foot down and put it down in the cement and don't take it off. Many women, many of us, we go with the flow and wait for the man to make the move. And that's fine because, men are the pursuers, and that's okay. But if it has been more than 2 months, or the 4 to 6 dates have gone past already, and he hasn't asked you, here is the simplest way to break it off. Because I know some women have told me, well, how? How do I tell him? Do I just stop calling him? Do I just stop answering? Do I just go ghost? I feel like, and I'm going to say this, I feel like going ghost is one of the most disrespectful things that anybody can do. A man can do, a woman can do. It is disrespectful. Give that person the clear reason as to why you don't feel that this situation should go any further than where it has gone, like where it's at right now. There is nothing wrong with you being honest. I've always said this too. How people react to your truth is not your problem. How people take your honesty and how you really feel is not your problem. If they can't handle it, that's on them. And I'm not saying to be honest and be disrespectful. That's two different things. You can say how you really feel in a voice note, in a text message. Well, maybe not text message, because text messages, they can kind of be misconstrued. So in a voice note, a phone call, or in person, I should say, you can say exactly how you feel about this person or what they did. And you can do it in a respectful way. You do not have to make it a disrespectful, talking about they mama, they bald-headed grandmother. You ain't got to do all that extra shit. You can just be honest and be clear and just simply say something like this. You could just say this, right? Hey, so I've been enjoying our time together, and you are a really nice guy or a really nice girl, wherever we are right there. And I just think it's best that we remain friends from now on. And more than likely, they're going to ask why, or where did this come from, or what are you talking about, or the whole bit, right? And just say to them, well, I'm not here just to date and catch a vibe. I want more. And it has been however many months it has been. You would know that. And you haven't asked me to be your girlfriend. I'm not rushing you, but I think by now you know where you see us. I think by now you know where we should be going. And if for whatever reason they hit you with the attitude, they give you the, oh, that's how you really feel, and da. Listen, I'm not trying to make this into a big thing, but I'm just letting you know you have not asked me. And I don't care to continue to just date and do the same things that we've been doing, and I'm getting nothing out of it but just me being your date. I don't know if you're talking to other women. I don't know if you're talking to other men, if it's the guys. But I told you how I feel about you. I told you where I see what I want for my future, and I see this with you. But if you don't see this with me, that's fine. Let's walk away now while the emotions are not too deep into it. And especially say this if you see your emotions are getting too deep. If your emotions are starting to get in the way of where you guys are at that moment, especially if you guys aren't official yet, you need to pack that in, really be honest with yourself, and decide what you're going to do. Are you going to continue this, or are you going to say, you know what, I'm gonna let this go, because I feel myself gravitating and liking you and wanting to be around you more, and if you don't feel the same, then I need to remove myself from this before I get too deep into my emotions. Because sometimes that be the case too. You get one person who's deep in their emotions, who's falling for you, who's really seeing this go to the future, and then someone who's just still surface level. Yeah, I like him. Yeah, I like her. But you don't see it as deep as they do. You gotta be honest. You gotta communicate. I really feel like the dating pool is shit because people do not communicate and do not say exactly what it is that they are feeling. If people would just be honest and be straightforward and just say, hey, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for. Are you looking for the same thing? Instead of trying to gaslight and become a puppeteer to make it seem like you want the same thing, we wouldn't have these problems. I guarantee you there are women out there, gentlemen, who just want to have a good time and don't want commitment. Ladies, there are men out there who do want commitment and who do want to settle down and who wants to be in a full relationship. But we have people that are in the way who keep clouding the damn swimming pool. They keep getting in the way of people who really want something. So my advice, and I've said this to my friends, my advice is to go into every situation, whoever it is you're talking to, with an open mind. Don't sit here and just be so standoffish, so guarded. Of course, you're going to have some type of guard up because that's your protection against what you've been through. Yes, there's going to be a little bit of a wall up. That's fine. But there should be at least, that wall should be at least to eye level, to where you can see them, they can hear you talk, and that way you can say what it is you're looking for. And then as time goes on, you may start pulling down a brick at a time. But don't go into dating with that whole wall all the way up to the sky and then expecting for someone to come crash the shit down. They can't even see you. How are they going to crash the wall down if they don't even know what the hell is behind the damn wall? Just my 2 cents. So I say all of that to say this. Ladies, do not fall for the assumption. Do not fall for the assuming. Do not fall for, well, I guess we go together. Don't fall for that. Because if shit goes left, he can always say, well, you were never my girlfriend to begin with. I never asked you to be my girlfriend. For all I know, we were just exclusively dating, but I never asked you to be my girlfriend. Make that something that is on your checklist. And I think I'm going to put up the checklist on my Instagram of exactly what it is you should want in a man. What it is that you're looking for in your future partner that God brings to you. And gentlemen, it does not have to be something extremely lavish just to ask her to be your girlfriend. You can take her to dinner, just like I posted my picture on my Instagram. If you're not following the Instagram, it is the remedy_podcast Instagram. Thank you. And all you have to do is simply have the waiter write, will you be my girlfriend? My boyfriend took me to, where did we go? We went to Beef Bar, a very good restaurant. And he had the waiter write that down when I went to the bathroom. I think I went to the bathroom, or maybe I wasn't looking. I don't know. Had a candle, boom, asked the question. I said yes. It does not have to be, or millennials. You remember this back in the day. If a guy liked you in the class, and he slipped you a paper and it says, will you be my Valentine or will you be my girlfriend? Or do you like me? Check yes or check no. You can do that, have a little gift, and call it a day. Take her on a picnic date. Take her on a movie date. A drive-in movie theater if they have that by you. And ask her there. Write it out in her favorite candy. If she likes Skittles, write it out in the Skittles. I don't know. Do something creative. Make it cute. Make it your own. Make it something that this actually took time to actually think about it. Not too much time. It shouldn't take you that much time. Be for real. But it took you enough time to say, you know what? This is someone who I like. This is somebody who I want to be with. This is somebody who I can see building a future with. Let me ask this girl to be my girlfriend. Do not assume that you are his girlfriend and he hasn't asked you yet. I don't know where we got to this point of, or maybe it's always been a thing, but I see it more now than I see it ever before. Or maybe my eyes are just more open to it now. And this isn't a dig on Jasmine. This isn't a dig on, what she chose to do. I hope that, after she drops this baby, she can move forward, whether that's with him or with anybody else. And she has more demands in her life as to what it is she wants, instead of just being a doormat and allowing things that she's obviously not comfortable with to fester and linger in her life. Because I won't, from what I'm seeing, I don't want to make any wrong assumptions, but just from what I'm seeing from my viewpoint, she's just there. So again, no judging, just educating. I thank you guys for listening. Again, remember, the discount for the comfort sweatsuits will be in the description. You guys can click on the link. It will be right there, or highlight the link if you're not able to click on it. Get your 15% off on the sweatsuits on every order just by using my code. And let me tell you, these sweatsuits, I'm not just saying this just to say it, they are very comfortable, but they also run out very quickly. So if you go on the site and you see something you like, you need to get it. Like either that day that you're looking at it, or get it within the week, because they are going to sell out, especially as fall, at least over here in the Northeast, the fall has made its way. Like, she has been teetering back and forth, but it feels like this week she's gonna be here to stay for a little bit. I normally get an extra large because I like my sweaters a little bit bigger. Then again, I sometimes wear my man's sweater, so don't worry about that. But if I want it to be a little bit tighter, I do get my size. I get medium, or I get large in the pants. But again, they're very, very comfortable. I'm 5'9", so for all my tall girlies, it is good for us. We are set. We're great for the tall girlies. And they come in every size. So I think it's like extra small to like 2X or 3X, maybe larger than that. And they are very comfortable. They live up to their name. Definitely comfortable. So again, make sure you get that. And tune into Thursday. We are back for our live Thursdays on TikTok. We're going to do it on TikTok on Thursdays. If ever is a day change, I'll let you guys know. But Thursdays, we're back at it 6 p.m. We're going to do from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Maybe a little bit later on TikTok. Make sure you guys follow me, The Remedy _podcast on TikTok. We're going to go on live and we guys can have a conversation. I love you guys for listening. I hope you guys have a blessed week. Don't let whatever happened today go into tomorrow. Leave that shit into today. Love you. Bye.